glowing coil. I can see it from my bedroom around corners. It's just, I would never stub my toe. So here's the truth that just blew into my heart with that little image last night. What came into my heart was, I labor under the sense that when I'm facing colossal darkness, I gotta have a big light solution, or I can't do anything for this person. And now I have been shown by the use of an image and a language that no, 2 watts will do this afternoon. Thank you. Just 2 watts will get me through another week. You got 2 watts in your battery, Pastor? And here was the other one. The hurricane. Wrong. So much wrong, suffering. In a situation, say Sarah's situation, or the India earthquake, or the El Salvador earthquake, or a church that's been ripped apart right now in your situation. It's just so complicated, so huge, so messy. I gotta fix this hurricane. No, you don't. You need to know 2 acts of obedience today. The eye of the storm is small compared to this thing. You can live in it. You do the next thing. Find some parents for your kids. If you're going to die in 2 months, just do that. You don't have to fix the cancer. You don't have to be there when they go to college. Just do what you can do. Now that's an illustration, hurricane and 2-watt light bulb, of what I mean by this is not a style issue here. This is life. This is life for John Piper. This is life for you pastors. It's life for your people. You need to open your eyes. And if you don't have your eyes open to see the world like that, you know what the problem is? Sin. You are so wrapped up in yourself and your little problems, you don't trust in the providence of God enough to free you to see what God's saying to you all the time in broken carriages and lunar eclipses and the glory of the Lord shining down. And yes, one last thing on this pattern of tenderness. And yes, there's a place for humor. Many people ask me about that in his pattern of tenderness, but not the contrived levity of so many communicators today who know how to work an audience, but the balanced, earthy experience of the way the world really is in its horror and its humor. There would be more real laughter in our churches if there were more tears. Ask yourself this question. What is the quality of the laughter in a family over the meal after the funeral? Is it jokes? Are they saying, in an uncomfortable, ice-breaking kind of way, "Hey, did you hear the one about the guy?" Everybody's going to look at you and say, "Leave the ministry." That's not why they're laughing. Joanne, who sat right there on Sunday, lost her dad last Sunday. The whole family was there. And I went to the funeral and participated in it on Thursday night. And everybody who got up testified to how much they'd been laughing together. That is pure health. It's called health. It's just health. It's just there because that's the way Daddy was. That's the way Daddy talked. That's the way he wore his sweater wrong buttoned up. That was Daddy. That everybody knows if you can't laugh there, you're sick. Laughter is a mark of health. And the world rings with horror I look at these horrible pictures of those bodies crushed under that cement, and I think about 60 hours and the water dripping into his mouth and wondering, will I suffocate here? And others who didn't have 60 hours and how many hours they survived, and I can hardly stand what my imagination does at those moments. And yet, I'll walk home in an hour and some absolutely hysterical will happen on the bridge or at home with my little girl or something. That's life. And your people need to see the tears for India, and they need to see you laugh till the tears run down your face because of that wacko thing that elder just said. So yes, tenderness. I'm talking about how to be a tender, habitually loved and loving shepherd. There's a place for that. And let me see if I can just sum up these last few things on roots. The talk is about the tough roots of the habitual tenderness. I have three. Number one, Newton's realism about the limits of this life. Oh, how helpful it is to hear his realism. Only so much is possible in a fallen world. We groan waiting for the redemption of our bodies. And if we don't realize the limits of our ministry, we will absolutely go crazy trying to fix the world and fix everybody. He said, my course of study, like that of a surgeon, has been principally in walking the hospital. He did not, however, become cynical as he walked the hospital and saw the irremediable diseases of bedlam. You know, the word bedlam comes from insane asylum hospital in his day. He said, I endeavor to walk through the world as a physician goes through bedlam. The patients make noise, pester him with impertinence, hinder him in his business, but he does the best he can and gets through. I read that last November or somewhere, and I just said, oh, thank you. That's all I do. I just do the best I can, get through this mess, get through that mess, get through this mess. Thank you, Newton. Thank you for telling me that's the way you did your ministry. You just walk through an insane asylum. And you're pestered by this person and grabbed by that person, and you reach out, you touch, you pray, you bless, you call, you get criticism, you didn't call soon enough, you didn't say this, and you just look up and say, sinner, though I am, I did the best I could, I'm going to keep going. And that's the key. Realism keeps you going. Perfectionism wipes you out. So have Newton's realism. Here's the picture. He had to put it in a picture, right? It's so beautiful. He's standing at his window, looking out on the sun about to come up. The day is now breaking. How beautiful its appearance. How welcome the expectation of the approaching sun. It is this thought makes the dawn agreeable, that it is the presage of a brighter light. Otherwise, if we expect no more day than in this minute, we should rather complain of darkness than rejoice in the early beauties of the morning. Thus, the life of grace is the dawn of immortality, beautiful beyond expression, if compared with the night of thick darkness which formerly covered us, yet faint and indistinct and unsatisfying in comparison to the glory that will be revealed. And we heard that this morning. That the only way that keeps us going in the ministry is when a man tells us that he's still doing his masturbation thing and can't seem to shake these fantasies, is to ask him, where'd you come from? Remember that story? Compared with the present condition only, there's a lot of darkness left. But the sun's rising in your life. It's rising in your life. And the glory is going to be beautiful. So be realistic, folks. We groan inwardly, waiting our adoption as sons, the redemption of our bodies. Our groaning in this life will never end. There will be mental illness. There will be physical illness. There will be church disputes. There will be marital stresses. There will be wayward children till Jesus comes. And if we can't muddle our way through the insane asylum of this world, we will quit. Let's help each other not quit. Newton has helped me. I want to help you.